Tunison against Ulysses. Top side of the map, in the blue color, playing Oranos, it's Tunison. Bottom side of the map, in the red color, playing Nuwa, is Ulysses. Nuwa, as one of the strongest gods in the game. Really exciting, and this is an aggressive map, so I didn't really expect anybody to pick Nuwa here, because Nuwa is a boom god, so I don't quite know what their plan is here, but I'm still very open to any creative strategies. What do you think, Maiden? You ever seen Nuwa being played aggressively?
No, I don't know. I don't know. You can't be asking me questions about like Chinese meta and whatnot. I haven't seen enough China yet. I don't know yet.
It's okay, Maiden. We saw the last game, so we know enough now.
Fair enough.
Nile Shallows is a map that basically exposes all gold mines close to the middle. You never get to have a bug gold mine on Nile Shallows. That's the thing about this map over here. And we can see, okay, Ulysses has a decent gold mine on the right side, but he's never going to have a bug gold mine, like sometimes Giza spawns a bug gold mine, for example. But yeah, this map here is about map control, about forward town centers and gold mines. That's what Nile Shallows is about.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a meta question.
Yes.
Which of these two gods is better able to establish map control?
That's a very good question. Usually the civilization that can build the counter to what the opponent is building and has the most mobility. So let me give you an example. I think Oranos might have the map control here against Nuwa because of the Therma. So he has the counter. So Tunison has the counter units to Pioneers, which is Therma. Therma do bonus damage against Pioneers. So what does Ulysses have to counter the Therma? He doesn't have cavalry in the classical age. Chinese doesn't have cavalry in the classical age. But what Ulysses has is Gehalberdier, the spearmen. But those spearmen, the Chinese spearmen, are slower than the Therma. So in this specific spawn, in this specific matchup, I would say that actually Tunison might have a slight advantage at having the map control because he does have the counter units to what Ulysses would build. And he also has faster units, so he can escape the spearmen. Excuse me, if he builds those Therma basically to defend. Would you like me to explain real quick what this hero Kuafu does, Maiden?
Yes, please. Ooh, that guy looks like Thor with a giant hammer.
He does look like Thor, yeah. So this guy is exactly what a Kuafu is, but better and hero, and it two shots a fucking center. That's surprising, isn't it? Yes, it two shots a center.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, because it has like a 33 damage, like 16.5 pierce damage per second, which is a lot. And then a multiplier against myth units, I think. Where it doesn't show? Oh, it doesn't show. I wonder why. Anyways, what is Ulysses gonna go for? I mean, Tunison opening with double Therma. Do you think we're gonna be seeing a very similar game, but with Prometheans instead of automatons, Maiden? What do you think?
Maybe. I'm not so sure about the Promethean play compared to the automatons. What are their stats? Not that it's going to make a huge difference, but what are their stats like?
I'll explain you. So, what Prometheans are...
Please do.
Yes, Prometheans are very similar to automatons, but they are the opposite on stats, which means Prometheans have higher hack armor, but lower pierce armor. While automatons are better at taking down buildings and holding the line against ranged units because of their high pierce armor. But look at this, Promethean has a 60% hack armor and a 25%, yes, and a 25% pierce armor. They're still decent at taking down buildings because they have a crash armor, but they're used as a front line against infantry and cavalry. That's what they're used for.
Yeah.
But anyways, you also grab the upgrade here, alluvial clay, this one here, for your Prometheans, and every time one of them dies, you get 3 Promethean offsprings instead of 2. So
Actually, even though the stats are not as favorable compared to an automaton against China, against those pioneers, if you look at Tunison's favor, he has 6 oracles out generating favor. So that does maybe indicate that he is thinking about going for some Promethean spam, and he is getting alluvial clay right now. If you look on the top left-hand corner,
yes, he does.
so it looks like we might actually be seeing the exact same thing, but just with Prometheans instead of automats.
The flying tiger is already on the run. Has to retreat all the way to the base. Towers are up. Ulysses trying to prepare. Yeah, doing a better job to prepare now. Buildings to secure the town center, to protect it. And where are those Wuzu Javelin throwers or something? Where are they? Are they on the way? Is he training them? He does have enough resources to start training them. And if he doesn't have enough wood for it, he might just go for a couple of spearmen. Why not? Anyways, what's your point of view here, Maiden? What do you think? Do you think Nuwa is better at defending this than Fuzi?
Well, this is okay. So, as nice little raid coming in there, kicking him off of those hippos. Well done by Tunison. This game looks like it's shaping up almost the same as game number 1. Again, a little bit different. We got Prometheans instead of automatons for Tunison and Blue, but Ulysses is so late to making any type of army. And in fact, he's even pre-queued heroic. So he's interested in going, in fact, he's just clicked up heroic, dude. So he's going heroic instead of going for any type of classical age units. It's a bit cheeky in my opinion.
I don't think I like that. You're just going heroic, like, what if suddenly 10 Prometheans show up and wipe out everything? What's gonna happen? Where are they? How many Prometheans are out? 2, 3, 4? 5 already. And 3 more on the way. So Tunison has to play one town center classical age. There is no way he would catch up at the heroic age rush. Nuwa has a way stronger economy. Nuwa is way better at doing that. Ulysses just has to hold. Tunison has to make sure Ulysses doesn't gather any resources outside of his base. He has to make sure all gold mines are guarded for Ulysses not to grab, and he has to make sure Ulysses is forced to build farms. That way he can actually win the game. But now you can see that Ulysses is going to have Gumang, he's going to have forest protection around a town center, and that's gonna be impossible for Tunison to push. You can cast it here. Will he use it? Not yet. Saving.
Dude, this is almost the exact same game as game number 1. It's so funny.
Yeah, but this is Nuwa. This is way harder to push. Nuwa is way harder to push. He also has this Hero Kuafu.
True.
He can 3-shot every... Actually, this is pitch damage. You can maybe 2-shot a Promethean with this Hero Kuafu. It's gonna be way harder for Tunison to push.
Okay, so what units is Ulysses going for now that he's heroic? What are those? The swordsmen?
The swordsman?
Which unit is Ulysses in red? Which unit is he going for?
I think he's going for the couple of pioneers, okay, and the medium Wuzu Javelinier.
Okay.
Okay. They counter archers. It's a very similar unit to Terma, and it has mobility for an archer. 4.8 speed is pretty fast, as fast as a berserk. So they're very similar to Terma, and you can use them to snipe down Terma, no problems.
Oh! Here we go, Rappel. Here we go. He's got to get the javelin throwers on the Terma.
Alluvial clay has been used to drop a forward volley and try to secure a gold mine, but it's way too early. It is way too early to attack at the moment.
Dude, what about a shockwave? Are we gonna get a shockwave from Tunison?
We don't
Those Tauhu are pretty cool.
You can actually use all of these Prometheans to maybe take down this fortress, this Baule, that's what you should be doing. Because look at this, you see the forest protection? Pretty much just stunning every unit possible, and then you know, more units to stun. Looking pretty tough. So you have to take down the building as fast as possible. The one building the Chinese player casts forest protection to.
Whoa, look at all those. How did all those. Okay, the javelin. Dude, Ulysses had Miss Micro in the initial fight. All the javelin throwers were throwing at the Prometheans instead of the Terma. I think it's a Miss Micro. It's terrible. He lost his castle, whatever it's called. What are they called? Palaces, castles?
Baule.
I don't know. Baule, okay. He lost his Baule there. Anyway, and a ton of army. Sure, he's not dead. Ulysses ain't dead. He's still alive. He's gonna be fine for now. But that was a little bit of a catastrophe right there, dude.
Yes, it was. Gotta agree to that. And now what Tunison is looking to do is to finally escape these walls and start his aggression once again. But here's the thing. Wuzu Javelin throwers or something, I don't know. They also have a small multiplier against infantry. No, they removed that? Oh, my bad. I thought they did bonus damage against infantry for some reason. Anyways, so they're gonna get smoked by Marmillo. Marmillo is the perfect counter to this. As shockwave being used, there's nothing left for Ulysses. Oh my god, that's insane. I think Ulysses just got out of his base he had to be more patient in my opinion.
Yeah. I like the idea that he tried to go for the Baule at an early time before Tunison had more and more army. It's a decent idea, I suppose, but he didn't have enough army of his own to protect it, to keep it up, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it looks like you have. That's very tricky, Maiden. You know why? Sometimes you feel like you have enough units to deal with a Promethean spam. You feel like you do, but you don't realize that every time you kill one of these Prometheans, 3 more of them spawn, you know? So, if Tunison has 10 Prometheans and they all die, suddenly you have to deal with 30 Promethean offsprings. And they're quite strong too, if you check their stats. Look at them. This unit is like, what? It's like a hoplite. 25 hack armor, okay, a little bit lower, but 35 pierce armor. So imagine getting 3 free hoplites, or let's say 3 militia every time a Promethean dies. You would get 30 militia at the very early game.
Not bad, not bad. You want to know what else is not bad? Look at what Tunison is building. He's building a sky passage, so his army can jump into the sky passage and immediately transport around the map. That's dude, this is so sick.
Play. Yes.
Sick by Tunison.
What a play there.
Prepping for the gold stars, man. I love it. I love it.
Pretty much checking on every gold mine. I would love to see another sky passage being dropped on this gold mine here, so she could jump from 3 gold mines every time, and that would be nearly impossible for Ulysses to secure a gold mine.
Well, do they even know about that one? We can see the entire map. You don't have the Fog of War enabled. Do either of the players know about that?
Tunison does.
Tunison does.
Let's see about Ulysses. Ulysses does too, yeah. So definitely something you would like to keep an eye at.
Okay.
So Tunison's just climbing his way to Heroic Age. He's nearly up through Hyperion. Okay, there we go. And I'm wondering what his follow-up is gonna be like, since he's already full population. Okay, he's choosing to fight. Okay, I'll take that. A huge shockwave.
Yes. And the Chaos maybe soon after. Boom, the Chaos as well. Nicely timed.
What a timing. Couple of heroes to deal with this Taugu Smith units would be amazing.
Oh, dude. Ulysses, his army has been getting smoked time after time, game after game, man. Holy crap. Wow.
That's indeed
He's got to
very
figure
impressive.
this out.
He has to figure this out, exactly. And Ulysses is just way too behind here. He lost his entire army twice. Lost his attempt to secure a second gold mine, and now it's just way too hard.
Oh, he has a cool myth unit there, the Tao Wu or whatever it's called. Like maybe, I don't know, it doesn't seem like that thing is able to really carry a fight, however. Terma just jumped over to the right-hand side, if you saw that, through the Sky Passage.
Yes, there they are. And making
Boom.
sure... By the way, do you know you can set up the ability of the Sky Passage to ungarrison instantly units? So let's say
What?
you can set up this Sky Passage ability, you can set it up that once you garrison something in this Sky Passage, for example, this Sky Passage instantly ungarrisons whatever you garrison here.
That's messed up, I think.
You don't like it?
Of course I don't like it, man. It's like it becomes basically
An
a
underworld.
cheap underworld.
A cheap underworld, exactly.
I think it's crazy. Okay, so if you remember game number 1, we were talking about the javelin throwers, how cheap those things are in terms of gold. This is the scenario where that is completely paying off. They only cost 10 gold. It doesn't matter. Tunison takes a victory anyway, but that's partially why Ulysses was able to stay alive for so long. 10 gold costing javelin throwers, whatever those things are called. Javelin
Exactly, yes.
thingies.
Wuzu javelins maybe, or javelineers, I
Yes.
don't know, man. I can't pronounce that. I'm not skilled enough.